Good afternoon, fellow stampers. This is Tidbits with Susan, where I bring you tips, techniques, and news on Wednesday at 3 o'clock. We've got an interesting thing to do today. You can make a card without any ink except for the sentiment, and I want to show you the card that we're going to make. Well, we're not going to make a card. This is the card I made using this technique. These are small leaves that have been run through my mini embossing machine, and the pigment has been pressed out onto our watercolor paper called Fluid 100 watercolor paper. It comes in a pack of 10 sheets. I believe they're 4 by 7. Let me measure. They're about 5 by 7. I know they're 7. Okay. 5 by 7. And this is, hello Jennifer. So this is our fluid watercolor paper. And with this, I've made a little impression here of the leaves. And you never know what you're going to get because it depends how much moisture is in the leaves. So this was, I don't know the name of this bush. It grows outside a church down the street, and I admit that I stole some leaves from the bush. So, and then I thought, sending healing thoughts, may nature's beauty bring peace to your soul. That certainly is nature's beauty. Hi, Virginia. Okay, so I'm going to show you some that I've made. This was with a red card, and this is the pigment that was left. This is from a green card, so we've gotten yellow, and another green card because I wanted to do it over. And then you can see the ones that don't have much moisture, they really don't leave much of an impression. I did try a bright yellow one, a big leaf, and it came out like the small green ones. So I am going to show you, let's see what we get with this one. I've got my mini Stamp and Emboss. I've got a piece of the watercolor, the Fluid 100 watercolor paper cut down to size to go through my mini embossing machine. I've got my bottom plate. I've got a piece of the cardstock that comes with your designer series paper underneath to give it a little more pressure. Then we're going to put down the fluid paper, and I've got an edge of this curling up. It's already starting to dry, and I picked this off a tree in the front of Chloe's school. So it was fresh, but we have already had a hard frost. So I'm going to run this through back and forth twice so it'll get 4 exposures. And this is a great project to try when you've got a lot of fall leaves. And around here we've got some at the peak of their color and some already passed, and I think that's because of that hard freeze. Hey Judy, good to have you with us. Using the mini embossing machine to press pigment out of this leaf onto Fluid 100 watercolor paper. Now, it's always a surprise what you're going to get. And it usually sticks to the paper. So we're going to peel off this green leaf. And you can see that parts of it did not leave any coloration. You can see the veins have been pressed into the paper, but it is dry, very dry. So, so we don't get much vibrant color. But now we're going to try the purple ones. I'm going to take each one off of the branch and kind of put it back in the position it was in. And we should get something more like this, but you never can tell. This is an old technique that's been around for a long time with Stampin' Up! I was just acquainted with it this morning. Let's get this lined up. And then we're just running it through. No dyes, no ink, just the pigment from the leaves. And God's got the best coloring palette of anybody. Oh, and I can already see, I don't know if you can see it, but down here, you can already see some of the purple seeping out. Oh, and here too. Okay. Well, this should be interesting. These were stolen off the same bush as the other ones that I made the card of. Okay, now let's see what we've got. I'm going to put this away. I've never seen anything like this before either, Jennifer. Okay, now we're going to take the leaves off. Oh, we get green this time with purple around the edge. Isn't that interesting? Hey, Lena. These are off of the same bush. And with one set, I got very distinct purple. In fact, it matched the Blackberry Bliss. With this one, very distinctly, I've got green with the purple around the outside. And you can see where the pigment has been pressed out. So, isn't that interesting? I never expected to get green. But they're pretty much dry when you're done getting them through there. So, so that is, I don't know what the technique is called. I guess press the leaves. There's some parts where the leaf sticks to it, but I used Blackberry Bliss on this one because it matched so well with that color. And then this is Parakeet Party, and a Parakeet Party ribbon to dress it up a little bit. Anybody have any questions or comments? I think it's just amazing that you can do this. I've seen a couple using a bright green or a bright red maple leaf, and it came out kind of purpley along the veins, and I'm looking at it now, and orange around the edges, but it was a red leaf. So, same leaf, same tree, two different results. So, yeah, you're going to have to try this. It's amazing. The leaves are better if they're still moist. If they're dried up, you're not going to get any pigment. If they're still wet, like some of these were a little bit too dry. This one, you can see some leaf in there. And because this is a watercolor paper, it tends to curl. So you're going to want to use the adhesive sheets to put it down on a card. And even though this is kind of funky, I may turn it into a card. Maybe like that. These, not so much. I've tried them several times. That one's not bad. You can see the knot. You can see where there's holes, where part of the leaf was missing. So, yeah, give it a try. And then send me pictures. Everybody that sends me a picture, if they tried it, is going to go into a drawing for this card, because this came out so pretty. So send me pictures, your name will go in a drawing, and we'll see what we can get out of those leaves. So Marlene, thank you for watching. We've just done a thing that I've cased from Debbie Henderson. It's using leaves through your mini emboss or your regular emboss, and it presses the, this leaf was here, it presses the pigment out onto the watercolor paper. So the only thing you need is your cut and emboss machine and some fresh leaves. I'm just really surprised that these came out green and these came out purple. There's some green in it though. So take a picture of what you create and send it to get this card. Go in a drawing. Well, that's all I have for today. This is quick. Don't forget that Paper Pumpkin is available. Yes, isn't it a wow, Marlene? I just got my Paper Pumpkin box yesterday, and I've made 3 cards with it. This one is not available anymore, but this month there will be one for tags that coordinates with this. And this is just so cute. There's a happy little Santa. There's the reindeer flying over. Santa's coming to town. And Merry Christmas. So they tell me that the November card is tags. I'm going to turn them into cards because I don't use tags. And we'll see what we come up with. So this is Tidbits with Susan, 3 to about 3:15 on Wednesdays. And I'll see you Sunday for Sunday Stamp with Susan, where we'll see what we can come up with, something new and exciting. So have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye. Oh, you're welcome, Jennifer. Thank you.